What's up, guys? Welcome back to Overreacts. Appreciate you stopping by. Here on this channel, if you're here from the other channel, my music channel, then I appreciate you stopping by. If you're new here, welcome. Here is I created this channel kind of to do everything non-music related. I was getting a lot of requests for just random stuff. I mean, I was doing some comedy stuff here and there, but then like just all over the place. I'm like, you know what? This kind of deserves its own channel. So obviously I'm still kind of getting it going. And I plan to actually put a lot of kind of like in real life stuff out there. And I keep asking for it, guys. If you, I want to turn a part of it into sort of a viewer selected sort of dare, where like I can go out and record myself doing something within reason and not arrestable. You know what I'm saying? But we can have fun with that. So drop comments down below if you want me to check anything out, or if you have an idea of something fun that we could record in public. But otherwise, right now we're looking at, somebody sent me this yesterday as a skip the line. Speaking of which, we have I guess it's a big Jim Carrey fan, and well timing, by the way. He's in the news a lot right now. I'll get to that in a second. But best way to get me is on Patreon, link down below. So it's a free platform. It's really easy to use. Jump over there, come say what's up, and you could drop your comment right in there. It's also a great way to support if you'd like to. You don't have to, but just, yeah, come shoot me a DM and we can take care of any requests that you got. So let's go support Jim Carrey. I will link this down below. Also, please support the page that this came from. People do work in editing things and putting them together, so go show some love. Let's I don't know that I need headphones. If this is just a comedy bit, I'm not listening to music. Let's just turn her up here and let's see what we got. Oh, these are when celebrities couldn't handle Jim Carrey's impressions. So I'm assuming that he's doing Jim Carrey, he's doing impressions of other celebrities, right? AFI, that's a band. A good one. I was gonna say he looks like Jack with the eyebrows. How do you flare your eyebrows like that without like being Jack? You can't handle the truth.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
Well, that's pretty good.
When it comes to impressions,
Jack's tough to do too. Like the voice too.
most actors copy other people, not themselves. But Carrey somehow made that work. On Saturday Night Live during the Joe Pesci show, he pulls off a wild impression inside another impression, switching from Jimmy Stewart straight into a perfect, over-the-top version of himself.
I'm Jim Carrey. I'll do anything for a laugh. I need attention 24 hours a day. Look at me! Look at me!
Dude, that's amazing. An impression within an impression. That's tough, man. That's some legendary shit. Not to say that he hasn't done good stuff lately. I just, come on, man. Like, I miss some of the throwback Jim Carrey stuff. Classic. I thought Jim Carrey was doing Harry Carey. I just saw that.
SNL's VFX team has always done a solid job with impressions, but their work on Carrey as Joe Biden was so spot on that the character instantly became a recurring hit.
I don't think I saw any of this. That's amazing. I love her, by the way.
I've never felt so alive, which is ironic because I'm not that alive.
Every single time, Carrey perfectly nailed Biden's signature clumsiness, from awkward pauses to those hilariously fumbling gestures.
Is that Baldwin as Trump?
Nailed Biden's signature clumsiness, from awkward pauses to those hilariously fumbling gestures.
Where was I?
You said, look, here's the deal.
Oh, right. Look, here's the deal. Nope, lost it. Come back to me.
In Man on the Moon, Carrey completely immersed himself in his portrayal of Andy Kaufman. He didn't treat it like a typical role. He studied Kaufman's voice, awkward pauses, strange confidence, and unpredictable energy so closely that it felt less like an impression and more like Kaufman had stepped back into the spotlight.
Talking about the terrible things. My wife. Take my wife. Please, take her.
I never saw that. Should I watch that? Is that one of his serious roles, or is this like one of the few? Or is this a comedy?
No. I'm only pulling.
Talk about locking into a character, Carrey pulls it off once again, this time channeling Jack Nicholson while hosting an awards show. The voice, the grin, the sharp eyebrow lifts, it's so accurate that even Nicholson in the audience bursts out laughing.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
Dude, that's so good. I can't get over how good that is. I never seen that.
And just when you think he's done, Carrey switches gears and dives straight into a rapid-fire parody of Robert De Niro in a fake meatball commercial. From the intense stare to the tight mouth movement.
Oh, the face. Dude, you got to practice that shit in the mirror. I'd like to see him on some like random, just show up at an improv studio and just, you know, obviously be welcomed on stage and just run with it.
Movements and that unmistakable head tilt. He captures every tiny mannerism with ridiculous precision.
Now that's a spicy meatball.
You expect Jim Carrey to copy politicians or famous actors, but British metal band Napalm Death? That's unexpected. On a US talk show in the early 90s, Carrey said he had started listening to thrash
On a US talk show. That's funny.
metal and was really into Napalm Death, surprising everyone.
You don't bring me flowers. I'm a little bit country.
Carrey and Williams were truly two of the funniest people ever to walk the planet. From their hilarious goof-offs to their ability to riff on just about anything, it often felt like they shared the same comedic soul.
Potentially. Man, I miss Robin too. We all miss Robin.
And on Living Color, Carrey couldn't resist unleashing his crazy inner Williams as a wild Oscar host.
Oh, great goddess of Puerto Rican knockers! All hail to the lactating wet nurse from hell!
He was clearly having the time of his life channeling all that chaos of Williams's character, and with his own brand of craziness, he couldn't resist taking the madness tenfold and totally nailing the impression.
Looks like RuPaul with an orthopedic shoe. Genitalia not included. Take me, Malibu Ken! Whoops.
What makes Carrey stand out is that he doesn't rely on voice alone. He throws his whole body into the performance. From the tight, weathered expressions to the cold, piercing glare and that rough, low-toned delivery, he recreates Eastwood's presence with striking accuracy in a way that feels uniquely his own.
But when I finally met Clint, he just said to me,
I love that tape. And I show it to all my friends.
In Liar Liar, Carrey revealed that the gag where Fletcher chases his son as the Claw was inspired by his real life. He said his father...
How many parents out there are still using the claw? I'm not a parent. I think that'd probably be something that's reused.
Used to do the exact same thing to him and his siblings, which is why the moment feels so natural and fun.
uh-oh, found the claw's only weakness. Sub-zero temperatures!
In Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, Carrey was known for constantly going off script. During one take, he jokingly slipped in William Shatner's famous line from The Twilight Zone, and it worked so perfectly that the directors decided to keep it in the final cut.
There's someone on the way. Something.
That spot-on Shatner impression
Dude,
wasn't
that's crazy, the stuff that he can just do like off script. That's with great like comedic actors, and there's a lot of them. Like I always want to know like when I watch movies, it's like what of this was scripted and what wasn't, you know?
just a lucky moment. It came from years of practice, going all the way back to his Living Color days, when he was constantly messing around and impersonating William Shatner's Captain Kirk from Star Trek.
Mr. Spock, my friend, we've got to do something.
Why do you say we, Caucasoid?
Spock, are you out of your fucking mind?
Carrey has this almost instant ability to slip into other personalities, and his exaggerated take on Bruce Dern was a perfect example. The impression was so spot on that it had Dern laughing, and even his daughter, Laura Dern, couldn't hold it together.
Can't keep a good man down, can you, Bruce? Can you? You look at me when I'm talking to you, son.
My impression of Wile E. Coyote walking away from a bad fall.
It's rare to see a celebrity copy a cartoon character, but Jim blended Wile E. Coyote's famous over-the-top failures into his own performance so smoothly that it felt completely natural.
As I say, we're going to finish up 30 years soon. First time I've ever seen that.
The presidential reunion sketch was an absolute treat, with hilarious comedians like Dana Carvey, Will Ferrell, and Chevy Chase all delivering over-the-top presidential impressions. But Carrey completely steals the show with his surprise entrance as Ronald Reagan, rocking an even bigger jaw-dropping surprise dangling down his torso.
I went up against Tip O'Neill with nothing but a psychic oracle and these pendulous balls. But I pushed through the competition. I clobbered everybody, and I took down that wall.
Few actors...
Yeah, and then how do you not break if that's in front of you, right? Especially if he's going off script. I don't know, like, how you're in the room with that and you don't just lose it, right?
...have been parodied as much as Sylvester Stallone. When Carrey showed up on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, he proved why. From the gravelly voice to the hard stare and rigid posture, he nailed every detail of Stallone's style and had the whole audience cracking up.
You do, though?
It's mostly just me.
Well, it is.
Yeah, I do all my own stunts, you know what I mean? People pay a lot of money to come to the theater. They want to know what I'm doing inside, you know?
A lot of people say I look like Lance Armstrong, especially when I do this.
While promoting Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind on The Late Show with Letterman, Carrey showed up with a new look and surprised everyone. He suddenly started doing a funny dance, pretending to be Lance Armstrong riding a bike around the studio.
Right now, what you're doing is drafting.
Yeah, I'm drafting.
You're drafting. You're saving your energy for the end of the race.
During the 90s, Carrey earned a reputation for his rubber-like face and unmatched range. He had such sharp control over every muscle that he could instantly shift into different personalities, even recreating James Dean's famous lines from Rebel Without a Cause with total ease.
James.
Yes.
You're tearing me apart.
You say one thing, she says another, and everybody switches back again.
Imitating Kevin Bacon isn't easy. That mix of quiet intensity and offbeat cool is tough to copy. But for Jim, it looked effortless. He simply tossed a shirt over his head and somehow captured Bacon's vibe perfectly, turning it into a spot-on and hilarious impression.
Kevin Bacon is Batman!
Carrey delivered some of his most unforgettable bits on Living Color, but his take on Jerry Seinfeld was on another level. In the sketch, Jerry and George suddenly find themselves out of their comfort zone, wandering into a rough neighborhood where they cross paths with two streetwise locals.
What is this? Is it the opposite of dat? And when did we become brothers? Does Mom know about this?
And back in an era when comedy pushed boundaries without hesitation, Carrey fully committed to the parody, cranking up every Seinfeld mannerism and completely stealing the scene.
What's with the elaborate way black guys shake hands? They smack, slap, wiggle. What is the deal? Hey! I haven't seen you in a long time. I think I'll smack you and slap you and really hurt your head.
Dude, that's very Seinfeld. I never really got into Seinfeld. I have a lot of friends that live and die by that show. They literally have trivia nights. That's probably why I don't see them very much, based around Seinfeld. But it's good. It's funny. It's fine. I don't know. It's kind of all I have to say. It's all right.
Leno has a voice and look that are easy to recognize, the high pitch, the quick head moves, and that famous chin. When Carrey imitates him, he doesn't just do a quick joke. He fully turns into Leno, almost like he's hosting a whole episode of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
You know, I went whale watching once. I heard the captain yell, "There she blows," and I thought somebody had spotted Madonna.
Fantastic. Love that. That's me. No, not Mr. Beast. I think I like my looks better. I'll take his bank account though. That'd be nice. Yeah, I guess that makes sense that it's because I'm on a different channel. I'm like, well, it always just recommends my stuff. But anyways, no, that was fantastic, man. It's some good throwback stuff. If some of you are too young to have caught like a lot of the earlier Jim Carrey stuff, I would highly suggest looking some of it up because you're probably familiar with like, you know, his notable movie roles, but like when you get him like on, you know, like old like your SNL type stuff, your Living Color, like just the skit type stuff, incredible. And also like you saw here with just doing impressions, like you sort of forget, like, because he's such an exaggerative, you know, just a very vibrant presence, right? And he can't really help that. Um, but anyways, yeah. So he's been in the news a lot lately, or has he? Was it him? Um, the internet literally exploded because Jim or somebody like him allegedly showed up, and now there's this whole conspiracy theory. You know, maybe he had some face work done, and that's fine. Most people do. You know, if I could afford some face work, I might too. Nah, maybe not. I like my face for now. We'll see. Ask me in like 10 years. I might want some face work done. Um, but apparently, like that guy was, excuse me, that guy was signing autographs right-handed. Jim's left-handed, and all of these, theorists and look at the eyes; they're too close together, and the eyebrows, and there's this hair here that I don't recognize from his brow. Um, I didn't dig too much into it to really chase what the story is or isn't. I don't really care, but you can't get away from it. It's the newest thing. I mean, um, meanwhile, there's like there's war going on, and there's some other important stuff that needs to be attended to and sort of reported on. But um, if Jim Carrey is who he says he is, how do we know he's just not doing an impression of somebody who looks like Jim Carrey, doing an impression of Jim Carrey as Jim Carrey? Ponder that. He just turned himself into Kevin Bacon Batman. I'm just saying, it's not outside the realm of Jim Carrey's talents to not be Jim Carrey. Chew on that. Go support, like I said. I'll link it down below. Love to have you guys here. I know I'm slowly growing this channel. Not a lot of people so far. Let's try to build that up. Love your help, guys. Make sure you smash that like. Make sure you're subscribed. Appreciate that. And drop some comments down below. Surely there's some random ass stuff out there that you want me to check out. Something funny you saw. Something weird you saw. Something important you saw. Something cool. Travel, food, technology, sports. You wouldn't know it by my other channel. I like sports a lot. I don't even like the Bears. It just matched the shirt. My fiance loves the Bears. I'm a Niner fan, but it didn't match the shirt. Anyways, we'll talk to you on the next.